Scranton, Pennsylvania is the home of none other than President Joe Biden, and it's currently represented by Democratic Congressman Matt Cartwright. But after seeing this now viral ad, some Scrantonites may be considering a new conservative voice to represent them in Washington. Take a look.
You know what? I'm not doing this fake, phony, elitist BS. It's not me. I don't need you, and I'm not going to let you clowns muscle me. I'm not doing this for you. I'm Teddy Daniels, and I'm running for Congress in Scranton, Pennsylvania. You know, Joe Biden's hometown. I despise swappy, sellout politicians, and that's exactly why I'm running. I'm tired of these elitist suits who have sold out our country, and something needs to be done about it.
All right, let's bring in the star of that memorable ad, Republican candidate for the 8th Congressional District in Pennsylvania, Mr. Teddy Daniels. Teddy, good to have you with us.
Sir, how you doing? I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. You've clearly embraced the America First theme of Donald Trump. What's your message to the people of Pennsylvania's 8th District?
Well, I'll tell you what. Is there any other theme to embrace besides America First? You know, that's the question. So here's my message for the people in Pennsylvania, specifically in Northeast Pennsylvania. You know, the Democrat Party today is not the Democrat Party of JFK. It has been infiltrated, taken over from the inside from the communist, socialist, Marxist members. You know, there's still good Democrats out there today that love America, that love their children, that still believe in human decency and not this socialist garbage that the current left is shoving down Americans' throats. And, you know, as far as the right, you know, you either get a Democrat in Congress or a Democrat light with rhinos. And for the past 20 years in our country, the right has not only just allowed, but they've enabled this cultural shift to the left. And they haven't had a backbone, and it needs to stop.
Teddy, what do you bring in terms of background and just mission statement to this congressional race and hopefully congressional seat that you'll be winning here? What brought you to this point?
Brother, you know, I went to college on a football scholarship. As you can tell, I wasn't a gymnast or a diver or anything like that. I was a football player. I played D1 ball at West Virginia. From there, I went into law enforcement. I was a cop for 15 years. Midlife crisis, 35 years old, enlisted active duty military, went infantry. Was actually stationed in Fort Carson, Colorado. Was a business owner. Was wounded in Afghanistan. And, you know, it's when I came home, I wanted to be left alone. I wanted to be left alone with my family. I wanted to be left alone with my kids, with my cigars. I was retired, just wanted to enjoy my life. But the left kept pushing. And they kept pushing and pushing and pushing until, you know what? I got up off the couch and I thought, I'm in this fight. My youngest son, his name's Jack Daniels. He's 4 years old. And I don't want him. Yeah, my wife's awesome. She let me do it.
She is definitely awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome. I don't want him 20 years from now saying to me, Dad, how come you didn't fight for me? How come nobody stood up? You know, this is where we are now as a society, and your generation let it happen. I'm not going to let it happen. My mission statement is 2 words: America first. That's it.
Since you have, Teddy, a law enforcement background, I mean, the statistics that are being compiled these days, because we really have clear data and have run the experiment, so to speak, of the BLM movement, the Democrat Party's embrace of it, and what it's meant in cities across the country. Staggering increases in pretty much every major U.S. city. Certainly the top 10 largest by population have seen substantial increases in shootings and homicides. Somebody who actually carried a gun and a badge to try to keep their community safe. Do you think that this is a moment where we can actually shift the country back toward law and order and maybe even win over some independents and make Democrats pay a price at the polls for the embrace of
We-
anti-cop madness?
We definitely have to. And in these big cities across the country where they got rid of qualified immunity to where police officers can now be sued personally, to where police officers can now be sued personally in conducting their job is horrible. It has turned so many good cops from proactive cops to reactive cops. You know, the way to fight crime, you're proactive. You patrol the high drug areas. You patrol the high crime areas. You know, you go out and you enforce the law. I look at it as the broken window theory, and it's a theory that I've always liked to follow, which is if you take care of the little things, the big things won't be an issue. So if you have a factory with those little square pane windows and someone breaks one out, if you go back and immediately repair that window, chances are it's going to be okay. But if you don't, people are going to see that hole, they're going to pick up rocks, and they're going to knock out the rest of the windows. So it's fixing the small problems and aggressively enforcing those small problem issues to keep the big problems from happening.